With so many writers living and working in North Carolina, it's no surprise to find literary festivals happening all over the state. All kinds of writers and readers get together at a literary festival. It's a great place to share knowledge through workshops and to network with other writers.
Come to my room in the
You can hear
basement.
authors reading from their latest books or see them doing demonstrations. And you can meet them one-on-one. Hi, I'm the Artful Traveler. Today I'm in Winston-Salem for the Bookmarks Festival of Books. Let's find out why literary festivals are so important for authors, aspiring writers, and their communities.
Well, I'm a book lover, and if you're a book lover, there are very few places better to be than a book festival like this one. You know, if you enjoy hearing good authors, if you enjoy hearing good workshops, if you just enjoy being around people who love books, and it's kind of hard to beat a big festival like this that draws from a wide array of the community. And sort of, in a way, at least for a day, sort of forms a little community of its own.
Literary festivals in general, I've done a lot of them, and they're a little terrifying, I guess, at first, when writers are used to kind of being alone in rooms, so it's a little bit of a change to have to be up in front of an audience, reading your work, talking about your work. But I love to network, too. I love to talk with readers and with other writers, find out about what they're doing. So I learn professionally about the business end, I guess, of this creative business. And, you hear about opportunities, that kind of thing that are out there. And then, of course, you get to interact directly with readers and hear what they feel about your work, or what are they aspiring writers to? What are the things that they are struggling with and want to learn about? So.
There are many book festivals. When I started in this business, there were practically none. You had the big Los Angeles Book Festival, and you had the New York, but almost nothing in between. And now we in the South have finally taken up that. I'm a Southerner myself. We've taken up the responsibility of presenting our Southern artists. North Carolina, it's one of the really important states, and as it grows, it needs to grow with its books and its book possibilities.
I think it adds to the community in a way that it's really hard to name, but I just feel like that it's community at its greatest sense. There's conversations that are being had, and I think talking is one of the greatest mediums, as far as, it goes to the literary art, but to talk about what you're doing allows people it makes it more accessible. So I think as a community we become smaller, if that makes any sense. I think we become smaller and that we're more connected.
I'm a retired school teacher, and I've always been, as I told my students, a bibliomaniac, crazy over books. So even though I'm retired, I'm still reading to children, and I still love books. So what better way to come and get involved than authors? And so I volunteer my time to work with this for a couple of years too.
We've actually just moved back to the area. I went to college here, but we just love, now that we have a little one, he's 3, we love to get out as much as we can just to see the arts and see the culture of the town and do all the kids' crafts and story time, and just so it's great for the family. I think a lot of times you hear about a literary festival and you think it's just for adults, but it's so great because kids can be here too.
We particularly like the story time. It's just a great time, family time to come and sit with the kids and enjoy that together as a family.
We do appreciate that there's things like this that are in the area that are inexpensive and that are family friendly. We need those things.
Well, I tell a Jack tale. Growing up in the mountains, my daddy raised a lot of pumpkins.
Yeah, people like to meet me, and I like to meet them, and I like to sell my books.
Going to book festivals has a number of benefits, and as a writer, it brings writers together, and there's often sharing between those writers that just doesn't happen when we're working on our own. But it also brings the writers with the people for whom we're writing. It's good to make those connections, to have those conversations when you can spark an interest in someone with whatever may be your love.
Being a writer, I always leave a book festival with a great deal of energy, and you sort of have your passion for it renewed in a way, and kind of reminds you to a certain extent, why you got into the writing game to begin with.
My own experience here today as a listener, I've been exposed to poets and storytellers and people I never would have discovered on my own, who are just incredible and part of the richness of America.
to be able to combine entertainment, books, and just fun, just running around in the park fun, I can't think of anything better. It's great.
Literary festivals like Bookmarks are important community events that keep writers and readers connected. Visit www.NCArts.org for more information about the many literary festivals happening across the state throughout the year. In Winston-Salem, this is the Artful Traveler.